So, hi, how are you today?
Doing good.
Okay, that's good. So, just for the record, will you state your name and your place of employment?
Sure. My name is Rosanna Talley. I work for Chapel Hill Kindercare. I'm the center director here.
Okay. So, the first question that I had for you was, who has impacted you the most in your career?
I would say my dad. My dad's always been the type of person that's always encouraged me. Never said that I have limits. Always told me to go beyond. He's more where I've seen him as I was little, just seeing how much he can go further, never letting things get down to him. No matter how much he got hurt or disappointed, just kept on going.
Okay.
So I feel like I learned that from him. Where it comes to difficult situations, I just keep smiling and it's okay.
That's right. I like that. All right, so the next one, what would you say your personal mission statement is?
For work or for school?
We can do for both. We can do for work and it's work related.
So my personal mission statement for work would be just be all that you can to be. Never set a limit on what you can achieve. That kind of thing I would say.
I like that. Okay, so the next one, without disclosing, your salary, would you provide like just a salary range for me, like for director?
Sure. For director, depends on state. So for this area, it's a little bit lower just being with North Carolina. I would say it just depends on experience. Education has a lot of factors into it. It could range anywhere, I think, from 45 all the way to maybe like 50, 52, I would say.
Gotcha. Okay.
Just depends on a lot.
All right, and so do you have any advice for anyone seeking, director, to be like a director, assistant director, anything like that?
I would say it is hard work. It's not all fun and games as it may be seem. Some days you may be in the office, some days you may be a teacher in the classroom. You wear many hats. So my advice would be just if you're looking for something where you want to be an assistant director, know that it's hard work, but that you can do it. And having the right person to coach and train you makes that all the better too.
Okay.
And I learned a lot that from being in Connecticut, starting out as like an education manager, just having my boss always teaching me and learning along the way.
Okay. All right. So how do you handle pressure or stressful situations?
I breathe. So when it's like a stressful or crazy day, I make sure that even though I may be stressful or out of whack or not myself or even sick, I never express that or show it in my body language. I just make sure that I kind of breathe before I get in the classroom, or maybe I have to scream it out.
You don't, because you're always smiling, like you're always happy, joyful, and smiling.
So I always make sure that the staff can never know that maybe I'm sick or I have a bad day, because I feel like I don't want you guys or anyone to know like, oh my gosh, she can be good mood today, she can be bad mood. I always want to set the expectation that no matter what day may be, like I'll always be the same.
Gotcha.
So I'll smile even though I'm like, ah!
Okay. All right, so what would you say is your greatest professional accomplishment?
I would say what I am now, being a director. I never thought, honestly, looking back maybe 5 years ago, that this could happen. I always thought myself being in a school setting, being able to influence children in a positive manner, helping them succeed, different milestones. But just coming up to this point, it's been a journey, but it's been a great journey.
You like Greek?
I know.
Okay. All right. So, what would you say is your biggest strength?
My biggest strength is my work ethic. I would say that no matter what's thrown at me, I just make sure I'm able to get it done, and just making sure I'm always getting it done. Basically getting it done no matter what it takes.
Gotcha. All right. And what about your weakness?
Multitasking. Even I can multitask. My weakness is kind of trying to get everything done at once, and then when I do that, that just creates me not getting anything done. So meaning when I take a task on, getting it completed first, opposed to taking 10 different things on, because then my weakness is I don't get it done because it's too much.
Right. All right. So
and being too nice sometimes too.
Okay. All right. So within your company, is there like any advancement opportunities for like employees?
Oh yeah. So meaning some teachers, no matter what classroom, start out as a teacher. Then you have an advancement for like program specialist, education manager, kind of like where that piece is where you do the classroom curriculum, making sure the teachers' artwork, whatever they're doing in the classroom, everything's up and running. That's the education piece. Then the assistant director has both of that, but then it's more the financial and the budgeting on that task, and then a director.
Okay.
So meaning when I started back out in 2010, I started as a pre-K teacher, toddler teacher, and I got promoted 3 years later, assistant director and then director within like a 7-8 year time frame.
Okay, that's pretty good.
It is, especially in this area too. It's come to known as you get to know the district leader or the people around here, and just having that great and open relationship with them helps too, because they'll always remember, oh yeah, I remember her. You know, so when your name gets mentioned, they know, oh yeah, she'd be a great person for this position.
Okay. All right. And so, just the last question: what would you say are some of the required education requirements or qualifications?
So for every state it's different, but for North Carolina I've come to know credentials is very important. So let's say if you go to school, you're a bachelor. So an example, I have my bachelor's, so I thought I'd be enough. But coming to North Carolina, I've come to know I had to go back to school this past year. So if you want advancement within the company, I think even being an assistant or director, you would have to go for EDU 261, 262, which is like your admin courses.
Okay. All right. Well, I thank you so much for taking the time to interview with me.
You're welcome.
All righty.